Hey guys, Romie here. My name is Romie. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for Empire Season 4, Episode 7. What is it? The Lady Doth Protects. Oh, is that from Shakespeare? Anyway, so the episode, it starts off with Lucius. He's actually in a music session with Jamal and Warren. Jamal's playing the piano, and Lucius is putting colors, and they're supposed to represent musical notes. So Warren, of all people, is actually helping him with that. Ta-da! Lucius can play music now, because now he's following the colors instead of the traditional way how to play. In the park, we see that Angelo is talking with Anika. They're sitting down, almost like a happy. It's gross, and of course, Baby Bella's there. He's kind of talking about how, shout out to you and the way that how you finessed the Line family and all of that. Much respects. And she's just like, it's nice being on the other side. And this woman comes over and kind of says, oh, look at the baby. The baby's so cute. And then it's like, oh, she has the father's eyes. I said, you think so? You really think so? Really? Okay. Hakeem is lurking because Hakeem wants his baby back. Thankfully, I said, someone please step in, because I already knew he was about to do something stupid. Thirsty was there to catch him. Like, no, you're not going to do this. Two black men running up another couple on this side of town? Are you kidding me? The police will lock us up in a second. You'll lose any rights that you have with your daughter. Like, come on now. Stop it. We're going to get her, but they plan to get us, so now we're going to plan to get them. Trust. Tori Ash is in the recording studio. She's singing. I said, okay, I don't care about this song. And everyone looked over it, and I'm like, oh, so are they just over Tori too? Or no, they're over Eddie. Eddie's been overworking them. Tori said, my voice is kind of, so that's the only reason why he was willing to stop the session. Calvin, which apparently is dating Porsha, he's outwardly over it. He's outwardly over it. And so then once again into the hallway, he just kind of talks to Porsha like, yo, Eddie is treating us like, he's treating us like slaves. He's treating us like, oh, boy. And he was doing that a couple of times this episode. And he just has that old slave mentality and master slave mentality. And I'm tired of it. And you should be tired of Cookie disrespecting you like she always does. I said, oh, no. Porsha, don't listen to this man. Even if he's right, don't listen to him. You're going. All right. Now, we get to this whole session of, Hakeem, you stupid. What are you about to do? And of course, Cookie's just like, look, you don't have to worry about the cops dealing with you. I will knock you out so badly that Bella wouldn't have had a daddy. Like, what are you doing? Are you stupid or are you dumb? And then Hakeem was saying, well, he says something stupid to the effect that caused everyone to go and remind him they're not the reason why this happened. Well, let's try this again. Hakeem is the reason why all of this happened, only because he didn't say something to the family. Cookie, she wasn't intentionally trying to, mess up Angelo's career. She wasn't. Angelo was the one that was upset and saw that stuff in the public space. I mean, I'm not going to go and blame this on Cookie because Angelo's trash. I already knew he had that mentality. But Lucius decides he's going to handle things. So he actually goes to Anika's and he tried to, can I come in? And she was just like, no. I'm thinking, all right, so where's Lucius? Because that was Dwight. Like, where's Lucius? Can I come in? As he's walking in anyway. I said, there's Lucius. So then Lucius tells her about, I lost my memory, and I'm not sure if you were aware of that, but what you do need to know is that things started to come back to me. Things having to do with you and how you wanted to make sure that your baby was the only heir to the Line throne. I.e., I know what you did. You killed Anika. You killed Rhonda. Trust and believe. I didn't forget what you really care about. So how about this? I'll make a deal. I'll add Baby Bella, into the Lion family heirs. So originally it's really just Hakeem, the Lion boys. But Baby Bella being the fourth, she'll come into a lot of money. And I'm thinking, oh my God, you just said Anika. You just made Anika just like, oh. So then Anika said, I was going to throw you out. I mean, get security to throw you out, but uh, that doesn't, okay, okay. I'll think about it. So then he said, don't think about it. Let's set up a little play date for the whole family to come to see baby Bella. That's part of it. So then she agreed. I'm thinking, this is going a little too well. Now, back at Empire, not Becky, Porsha tries to come in to warn Cookie that, hey, the engineers are trying to strike. And then Lucius comes in, so Cookie didn't want to hear all that. So she sent Porsha away. Porsha looked visibly irritated. I'm thinking, oh no, this is, no. Oh, it's about to happen. But Cookie heard her, and Cookie said, look, the engineers are trying to strike. This is that and whatever. And Lucius just talked about how he did good. He got Nika to agree to allow us to see the baby. And he was like, you know what, I always got your back. Cookie looked at him like, I know your memories are still slowly coming back, but let's be very clear. You didn't always have my back. And she talks about how when she was in jail and he divorced her, in jail, after all the time, he divorced her, and she was expecting good news. She got that news instead. So then he said, you know what? I wasn't there for you then, Cookie, but I'm here now. I said, oh, that definitely sounds like the old Lucius type of reaction he would give. So I said, okay, we cool. So now Warren and Chicken, Jamal, they're all at the gay club, and Warren visibly is looking at this other guy, and finally, after like 10 minutes, exaggerating, but bear with me, Jamal realizes it, and it's like, what are you doing? And Warren's going really hard on this threesome. There should be a threesome involved, and, you know, I haven't done one yet, but wouldn't that be interesting? I mean, and Jamal said, that's not even my speed. Even if it was, why are you looking at white paste over there? That's not, we know that's not Jamal's type. So I'm thinking, this sounds like a setup. All this talking, what the heck was that? All this talking just sounds like a setup to me. All of it does. And I'm thinking, Jamal, don't fall for it. Jamal, don't fall for it. Jamal doesn't want to do that. And we move on from there, but we do see this weird moment where Andre's meds are taking effect, and he's slowly just taking more of them because he originally he was calling Pat, that's his girl, and he wasn't hearing from her. He sent her over 100 messages, and I said, does voicemail even allow for that much nowadays? I know it's all digital, but still. So when he gets to Empire, he sees on the news that she was involved in the shooting. So now he's really freaking out. Bad timing, because that's when Porsha comes over and says, look, we need to have a talk. There's issues with a potential strike. And he's just like, just talk to Cookie. I have to go. Just tell Cookie that I'm going. Because he really didn't even hear what Porsha had to say. So now that the die is cast, we get to this impasse of Calvin, who is Porsha's boo. He says, look, I'm sorry, Cookie. Why? Because Eddie found out that, oh, here's this post about you guys officially going on strike. Then we see all these people come into the lobby, and while Calvin and Cookie are talking, she's just like, look, we love you guys, but we really can't handle this right now. Can we just talk? And it was like, no, we need to talk now. All respect and love to you, Cookie, but we've been overworked, and the pay isn't the issue. It's just that, do we not have rights? Can we not take a break? Hello? Come on now. And I'm saying everything that they're saying is right. So I said, Cookie, you need to handle this a different way. Because right now, you're just trying to go and put a Band-Aid on this wound. Like, all right, we'll figure this out later. No. They keep hearing that. And so that's why they don't believe you anymore. And we have Eddie, the new overlord. He takes Calvin's phone, deletes the message, the email. And it's just like, so, and he calls him boy again. I said, nope, that's it. So then Calvin's jetting out of there, and he was like, Porsha, remember what we talked about? And so then Cookie was like, wait a minute, where are you going? And that's when Porsha had her moment. Porsha said, no. First off, I let you call me names because I don't believe them. I don't believe the stuff that you're saying about me. I know I'm not stupid. I know I'm not this dumb. So that's fine. But when I even get a thank you, when you're just rude to me all the time, and I'm just supposed to be there to take it, when I'm awake, when my whole entire life, because I'm an assistant, is invested in this company, and I have absolutely nothing to show for it in the sense of you even just being thankful and thank me and all that. No, that's over. That's done with. We're striking. We're going out of there until we get respect. That's all we need. Jamal's not getting any respect at his house because Warren, again, just decided to invite some dude over, and Jamal's over it. And so then Jamal told him, like, I'm not really with this, but, you know, if that's what you want to do, then cool. I'm not doing it, though. So then Warren left him, let the guy go, because Jamal was like, oh, I love you, and, my love for you, that's not to be split with anyone else. And that touched little Warren. So Warren sent the guy home, and now we have this issue of Warren said he's going to tell Jamal everything. And I said, you're not going to get the chance to do so. We know how these shows go. You're not going to get the space and opportunity to do what you need to do to secure your relationship. It's not going to happen. That's not how these shows run. And then we see that Pat, she comes over just to show Andre that breathe. Everything is cool. Everything is fine. No, it's not, because she doesn't want to touch it because she's just so frazzled. So then she finally admits that during the shooting, there were guns. There was a gun. She's telling the story that she told about how there was a gun she's being shot at. So she had to defend herself, and she shot the guy. And I said, oh, you lying. I said, you look crooked. And then she says, that's why I told them. What really happened is I planted the gun. I said, so we're going to have this black female officer saying how she planted and shot and killed someone. I see what you're doing there, Lee. And Andre, because he's crooked himself, was just like, you had to do what you had to do. And she said, look, now you know something very secretive about me. That could put me in jail. Now do you think I'm trying to hide something from you? I said, if you made a deal with the FBI, then it doesn't really matter what you say or do. If their goal is to take down the Lyon family, I just don't trust you. I don't. And maybe you're actually crooked, but not after them, or at least not after him. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I don't trust you. Well, we'll see. While Lucius is trying to get his masterpiece out, he has this whole orchestra, but then they get text messages saying that the strike is on. So then they leave. And Lucius is just frazzled. Eddie comes in like, look, they're doing whatever they need to do. We can go figure something else out, but you are a master magician. A master musician. You can do this stuff on your own. And I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, you had to do this stuff on your own. You don't need anyone. And he starts playing this composition, and this voice is being of him in his head while he's doing it. I said, okay, great, cool. Now the strike is officially going on. Cookie's outside looking at it. And then we see Shine, of all people, saying, oh, I know I own the percent of the company, but my mother, she worked for the school as a cafeteria woman, so I have respect for unions. I said, this sounds like Shine is such an... Oh, okay. And of course, because people know who he is and what he, as far as being in the company, it just strengthened the strike. And we see Porsha saying, look, we're not going to be misused, mistreated, taken advantage of anymore. And I said, I actually like this speech from Porsha. I'm just like, oh, Porsha, proud of you. I'm like, oh, I'm just shaking my head, but like, I'm proud of you. I'm like, oh, I'm proud of you. And then we see Tori. And I wish I fast forwarded from it, because I said, oh, the words, they have meaning, but I just don't want to hear you say them. I feel like she's just borderline about to go, hey, now we black and we proud. I just felt like that was on her spirit. She was singing like she was trying to deliver that, and I said, deliver that somewhere else, because I'm already delivered. Somewhere else. Got my order. Thank you. Anyway. And that really irks Cookie. So now she's inside, and we have Warren and Thirsty they're talking about how they just want to bring in new people. Forget those people. We'll figure that out later on. And Cookie is saying, okay, let me tell you a story about when I was in prison. So we see that her girls are trying to cheer her up because she got divorce papers. They're like, look, this happens to all of us. The men ain't this. We already told you that. You already know because you're in here because it. And then we have Pound Cake. Pound Cake. I called her Cupcake before. So Pound Cake comes in, and she's going to be called Cupcake soon because of what happened. She was making fun of Cookie, and then Cookie was like, look, I don't have time for you today. I said, Cookie, you really going to do this? So then she gets up, and she's about to hit Pound Cake, but Pound Cake instinctively grabs her stomach, and so then they all looked at her like, oh, we knew you were getting fluffier, but we didn't know why. We didn't know why. So that confirmed that she was pregnant. She was pregnant and she was trying to hide it. But it's just Cookie's way of saying there's more than one way to handle something. When you're at odds with people, there's more than one way to handle something. So I'm going to go and do this myself. You guys just get everyone in the conference room and we'll handle this, because if I leave it up to you guys, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. Things are going to go left and you're just going to go like down with everyone. Burn the whole building down and start over. That's not how you do things. So now everyone's in the conference room, including Lucius. So then Cookie has Lucius really start off and kind of say how, look, I have my memory back. I know all the people in this room. You, when your mother was sick, we gave you, well, Cookie was also saying this, 15 weeks, 3 weeks, paid time off. And again, it's because the industry that they're in, that's not necessarily standard, depending on the contracts. In some companies, you can get that. But a lot of times, a lot of people work as independent. So if you're not working, you're not putting in hours, you're not making money. That's how a lot of this is based off of. So things like that. Lucius actually put one of the custodial staff's child through college. And it's just all these stories of how even though Lucius as a person was trash, Dwight was in there somewhere and cared about people and cared about whoever he thought was real family to him. And so that transitions into another scene from the jail where Pound Cake, officially now called Cupcake, obviously they know she's pregnant, but it's an issue of if they tell the jail, she'll have to get an abortion. She'll have to get an abortion, and obviously she doesn't want to do that. So then everyone else is kind of ignoring her, who isn't in her clique except for Cookie. Cookie says, look, we're going to go and help her. We're going to go and help her because we're all in this together. We're all in this together. We don't have a choice. And so that was kind of Cookie's way of saying, you guys are family. We actually care about you. You're not just employees. And then we see another scene where Cookie is, Pound Cake has a fever. Cookie is trying to help her out. And then Cookie tells her a story to make her feel better / put her to sleep. And it was the story of when Andre was being born. There was a lot of snow and there were no plows in their area because they lived on the Black Poor side. And all the plows went to the rich side in Philly. And now she was with Lucius. They were trying to get to the hospital. And their car was busted. It was a jalopy. Next thing they know, this white Cadillac pulled up and said, oh, I see you. You did your thing at so-and-so. And remember, Lucius is a rapper. So that's where the guy saw him. And so then they pulled up to the emergency room in the white Cadillac. 15 minutes later, Andre, Michael, Lion was born, something like that. And Cookie, like I said, all of this because she was like, I'm going to tell you a story, when she realized they still weren't really feeling them. And she looked at Calvin, was just like, look, I hear what you're saying. We don't always do things on the... And I said, wait, are you saying... Why would you say... I know it's the truth. I'm like, why would you say that? You better make sure there's no people here trying to scam you. Everything by the books, labor laws and all of that. But we do what matters most. We care about y'all. And she was talking to Porsha too, like, I know you're not dumb. Why would I have someone be my assistant who's dumb? That's a bad representation of myself. I'm setting myself up for failure. So I never feel that way about you. You know I'm rough around the edges. And so then Porsha's like, okay, I got this. So like, can you talk talk some sense into him, just like he was trying to talk some sense into you. And then she talked to Calvin, and everything is smoothed over. Everything is great. Next thing we know, Cookie needed Porsha to go and fix her phone, and then Porsha gave Cookie a hug, like, "Oh my God, thank you, I know you still love me." And I was like, "Oh, girl, you get off." And then, shut up, dummy. And then I'm like, okay, back to the usual. But then Cookie was like, "Okay, thank you." And Porsha felt vindicated because Porsha knew that her speech touched Cookie and made her think, and it did. And it did. Let's stop playing. Next thing we know, we see Andre with Pat, and they had a nice little romp in the sheets. Andre gets news that he needs to go and do this meeting for Bunny Bella, and he was just like, "Look, next time you can meet my family. You can actually come with." I said, "This is great. Don't trust her." I don't trust anyone who's outside the Lion family. If I don't trust the Lion family half of the time, why would I trust anyone outside the Lion family? So now everyone is there. Jamal notices that Andre has a glow to him. It's like, "Oh, so who is she?" It was like, "Well, you know, it's serious now. I wanted to make sure it was official before I went and talked to you guys. Cough, cough. She's the fuzz. I wanted to make sure that she was actually legit. I got something on her now so I can trust her." Come on now. Come on now. And then they get there. They're kind of talking about how we're going to see a baby. Everything's going to be great, Hakeem. Everything's coming together, because Hakeem's the only one who's single right now. But that's his own fault, him talking to Tiana like that. Because Jamal has a boo, and it's like he feels like he's his one. I said, okay, that's great. That's great. but let's see what happens. Warren was having a dinner with Diana. And so Warren is saying how the threesome didn't work. And he was like, she said, "What?" "Well, it's because, you know, he loves him. He wants out." I said, "Too late for that." Because the Lion family walks around the corner and sees, "Hold the... Are you... Wait a minute. That's what... What is it?" Because Lucius was even saying that, oh, he trusts him. I said, uh-oh. 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 Next thing we know, Diana was saying, he was there to plant that. He was trying to go and do a threesome with you so you can get those pictures from provocative pictures, put them out on you. And I said, that's weak. And I'm glad they didn't go that route, because that would have been weak. And he was like, he's been setting you up. He's been leaking all this information. And Lucius, he had flashbacks of when he went killer, when he shot someone, when he beat someone up with a baseball bat, when he just pummeled someone to a bloody pulp. But no, it wasn't Lucius, because they're like, "Dang him." I said, "You're really trying to get your father, who broke it in his trauma, to go and..." Wow. So this family really is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It wasn't Lucius. It was Jamal. And when I tell you I enjoyed that scene, and I think Diana was a little shook, because Diana had to look of, wait a minute, what this is working even better. What? Jamal went, boom, 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 boom. I said, and they're like, yeah. And everyone's just looking like, Cookie looking like, yeah, that's right, boy, get him. Lucius looking like, all of them looking like, Dan looking like, and then he kept going. So then we said, okay, it was like, okay, stop. Like, boy, get off. And Jamal was over it. I mean, Andre and Hakeem had to go and carry him out there. And everyone was recording, because this is the setup. Everyone was recording this. So then she was like, he was like, I don't care who's recording. I'm like, no, let me go. I said, your feelings are hurt. But Warren's worse off now. And I approve of all of it. And Cookie was like, you better watch your back, B, because we coming after you. And I don't care what anyone says. Diana looked a little shook. Because Diana, she's not about the physical stuff. She looked pleased, but she also kind of looked like, okay, I'm ready for it, but Warren, you did good. You did good anyway, because this all worked out. So when Cookie and Lucius are leaving, Lucius is saying how I wanted to beat that guy to a bloody pulp. I wanted to do all this stuff. And Cookie said, yeah, but you didn't. But I know that Lucius is still in you, but he's also changed. He's not the same person. His first reaction wasn't to go lay hands and then covered up later. It was, he actually thought about it, and it kind of froze him. So we'll see how that pans out for the future. But I enjoyed that. I was waiting for, I appreciate all that. Oh, and it's going down, because Andre, you're next. You're next. You are next. Trust. Oh, yeah, and by the way, obviously, that means that Adika is working with them, and she set up that meeting just for that to happen. Please like, comment, subscribe.